Thank you guys for joining us in such a cold morning. I'm Marina from AIKO. I look after Northern Europe, which includes UK, Ireland, and the Nordics area. Today with me, we also have Shona, our marketing manager for the region, and also Mohammed, our solution manager for the region. We also have two BDs, Mark and Steve, looking after the South and North for UK. Yeah. So today we bring to you a very short, hopefully short, company profile and mainly the technical features for our ABC or back contact technology and the values that it will bring to you and to your customer. Some case analysis and also our Gen 3 product that is currently pushing the boundaries of all the module efficiencies. So if you've seen this, yeah, sorry, bear with me. But about AIKO, we are we are one of the biggest solar cell manufacturer in the whole world. Cumulatively, well over 130 gigawatt solar cells shipped. We started doing solar modules about 3 years ago. Currently, we have over 15,000 employees globally. We just counted this week that we have 106 employees based locally in Europe. And within the Northern Europe team, we have over 10 people dedicated for the region. So we're the only Chinese module manufacturer that actually has a solar research lab in Europe, that is in Germany. So as you can see at the bottom, yes, we are the Red Dot winner in 2023. We've also gained the Bloomberg Tier 1 bankability in August time. So I think more or less most people know AIKO now as the most efficient solar module in the whole market. That is true. We have been the top for about 20 months now. Since we've joined, actually, we have quite a long history of technology innovation. Back then in 2016, we were the one to invent the mainstream tubular PERC production technology. We are also one of the first to do bifacial, also one of the first to make the cells bigger, which brings you the wonderful larger modules and also the bifacial modules that you see in the market. Any innovation must come from the cell level for our solar industry. And in 2021, we finalized the new technology that we are now using in all of our cells for the ABC module, which is the all back contact technology. It is a N-type TOPCon and back contact technology combined solution. Of course, back contact is not our only we are not the owner of back contact technology, but at the moment, we see the other back contact in the market, which are P-type, PERC, and um, back contact technology combination. So there is a difference. That's why there's a difference in the efficiency that we can do. We are also the only one with bifacial back contact technology that can reach 70%, which is quite hard in consideration that back contact technology actually puts all the bars at the back. So it is very hard to then make the backside also reach to be able to produce energy. So 70% is quite high bifaciality. And then for the next step, we're looking to reach over 25% for our module efficiency. At the moment, back contact technology is the only technology that can reach the theoretical limit of a silicon cell. Yeah. We also have another department in our company that looks after large scale projects such as town or island level, like the one in Ireland that has already been built. It has a solar and storage solutions has made the whole island zero carbon. This is tend to be projects that we work on government level. Also on the manufacturing innovation, we have a short video here. I'll let it run. We are the first one to build the 5 gigawatt automated PV cell factory, and now we have actually integrated the cell factory with the module factory. So make sure there's no micro crack induced during the transport from the cell factory to the module factory. And of course, 100% all of our cells are made for our modules. We're not giving those cells to any other people. We are also the inventor for the silver-free technology. Currently, we are the only one not using silver for our bus. Instead, we use copper alloy, which are cheaper and also more durable. And it makes our modules stronger, of course, and for our price to stay at a relatively reasonable price. Yeah, so that is, and then further on with the Infinity module, the Gen 3, as we are talking about, there will be also more manufacturing benefits added onto it, including the hidden string collector and overlap welding and the zero BB technology. Yeah, so ultimately, what we're trying to do is to help the society to go into zero carbon. So we have the capacity at 25 gigawatt at the moment for our ABC module. We're looking to go to 35 gigawatt with the new factory being built in the north of China that will have 100% green electricity and 90% water recovery. So now coming to the products. And for residential products, I think you guys are probably very familiar with the 455 single glass black, which is the most popular product we have in UK. Actually, at the moment, our main power class would be 455 and 460 watt. We have some 465 watt coming out as well, but of course, as the highest power class, they are the most popular. So you need to order in before it's go. And then we have single glass and double glass for the black frame, which is 10 watt higher. So our mainstream power is 465 watt and 470 at the moment. We also have some 475 coming up. As you can see, they're both 25 watt higher than what TopCon usually provides. And then we have a new product that is actually available, which is 500 watt and 510 watt. The size of it differs as it's 1.954, so just under 2 meter. In comparison to our standard 54 cell, they are 1.757 as the current size. So that module has now just come into our Europe warehouse in Rotterdam. So it's also a increase in comparison to the TopCon under the same surface area. On the right-hand side, you can see our degradation rate and our temperature coefficient. We have the best temperature coefficient in the market at 0.26. Others are generally, TopCons are at 0.29%, which has broke the record for the PV Magazine lab when they tested it. And then we also have the lowest degradation, less than 1% first year, and then 0.35% year by year. This is a 30-year performance guaranteed by Munich Reinsurance. So it makes sure that at the high performance that we already have, it retains the most along the lifetime of the whole project. So that is for our residential. Then coming to our commercial and industry project. Very interestingly, the lightweight module, and I am very proud to present it as well, at 8.6 kilogram, so 60% lighter than all the other modules in the market. It's able to produce 445 watt as the main power class. It's available to order now to ship from China, and it comes with frame at 30 mil. So yeah, so this is the new product that is currently now available. And then we also have, as mentioned before, black frame. Some people use it for commercial and residential. And then we are discontinuing the 2278 module, going into the 2382 module. That is the large size for your large commercial and utility projects. The main power class is 650 watt at the moment, and it can be single glass or it can be double glass. So that would be, uh, we also have a waterproof package that can come at a bit extra cost to add on to the utility project, to add on to the utility product bifacial. So in the waterproof package, what you would be getting is the frame is different. It's anti-corrosion frame with more holes on the frame to allow the water to go out, and also it's got water resistant encapsulation and also a waterproof cap. These are all available. And also in consideration of the technology weakness, BC technology is not as sensitive to moisture and heat-induced degradation. For us, for AIKO, we are quite popular among the coastal installation for our utility scale customers. So a summary of the key values that the ABC module can provide to you. Firstly, 6 to 10% higher than TopCon, a higher power. I think this is quite easy to understand. And then on top of that, we also give you a higher return. So partial shade optimization, that is the extra performance on top of the already highest performance on the datasheet. And then we also have better temperature coefficient, as mentioned, lower degradation. And on the safety side, we also have high temperature restriction feature and also micro crack resistant. And we have now added on our better hail strike performance and fire class A certificate. So easy to understand for higher power. Uh, we yeah, ultimately this is what the customer buy the solar module for. You want a generation, so it's about 25 watt more and up to about 40 watt more when the modules comes into a bigger size. And then the partial shade optimization. This is better to be explained in the video as always. So we have the TÜV Nord report certifying the feature as well. On the left-hand side, you see the ABC module, and we are going to be connecting it up to use it to power the water pump. And you can see the voltage is at 45 volt once connected. And on the right-hand side, any other brand of module would perform the same, but it's in this case it's Topcon. So this is 41 volt when connected. So you can see two water pump working at 100% at the moment. Now our colleagues are just with two shade, and then you can see the Topcon module has went from 41 volt to 27 volt. That is a third of its power lost. The reason why this is happening is because there are three bypass diodes in the back of all of the modules. And for all the other modules, if you have one cell shaded, it would trigger the bypass diodes. So it would make sure that it would block out 1/6 if it's half cell, 1/3 if it's full cell. It would block that circuit to allow the other two strings to work in within the modules. But for AIKO module, it actually allows the current to pass the shaded cell. So the rest of all of those cells are actually still performing. So as you can see here, even with 12 shadings, and AIKO module went only from 45 to 29. And of course, the TopCon module is not performing at this stage. Yeah. So this is what our partial shade optimization can do. There's also some data that we have, some tests we have done with three scenarios of shading. The least amount and actually the most common amount of shading would be the short edge shading, where you get debris or in this case, maybe snow, maybe, I don't know, algae, maybe birdshit. You get it at the bottom of the module. That is actually the least amount for us is 5% shade optimization. And some people will say, but this number, AIKO module is already performing higher than the other module. But this is not true. Actually, with this data, we are divided by the power class of the modules. So the percentage actually is purely based on the shade optimization. So we can see 5% increase on the short edge shading, and the most case would be 50.7% increase performance when there is across the board shading. This could be your chimney or your fan, some structure on the roof, power line. So that is 50%. And for under tree shade scenarios, it is 12% increase for the performance. And here, as mentioned before, degradation after 30-year lifetime, our module would still retain 88.85%, and TOPCon would be 87.4. That is over 1%. And even look at the 25-year, it was already over 1% difference in the performance retained. And here, when talking about micro crack resistant, I know everybody sees that on the datasheet, everybody's load is 5,400 Pascal. Yes, this is the structural load. However, for the micro cracks, it is hard to see, but it actually decreases the performance as the cells are cracked, so cannot transmit electricity anymore. This is the test that you can only see under the probably the EL test. So what AIKO does is that even though under the same structure, the other modules would also stay intact. However, after that pressure, the micro cracks induced in the other modules will be a lot more than what it happens for the AIKO. So actually, the AIKO modules would retain more performance after this stress. So this is a video comparing our AIKO module, AIKO cell, and the TOPCon cell. We're striking them with the same speed and the same weight. And this is the result. Yeah, I think it is quite clear to us what is the difference, but then we test the electricity. So the short circuit current loss for the TOPCon module is 44%, and with AIKO is 16%. So currently our marketing team is also making a video looking at the on the module level. This is on the cell level. Yes. So also on top of that, we also get a better hail test. So in comparison to the Topcon double glass module, they are all usually using 1.6 millimeter glass plus 1.6. For AIKO, our double glass are actually 2 millimeter plus 2 millimeter. So that allows us to pass the 35 millimeter hail test in comparison to Topcon's 25 millimeter hail test. And then our single glass at 3.2 millimeter can actually do 40 millimeter hail test. These are all some new test certificates that are available now. So coming to the temperature restriction, also best to explain in the video. So sometimes when you have shading, it actually increases the temperature of that spot. So we can see after 1 hour of shading for this the module test temperature is at almost 150 degrees for other modules. And then for AIKO module, you can see it's coming to around 100 degrees. So that is a 50-degree Celsius difference, which gives you a lesser fire risk and also a less risk of having the cells melted, which is also a case that could happen with long-term shading. So if you have a if you have a cell that is melted, you will forever lose that part of the module performance. So in this case, you may need to go change the module for your customer. And we also have the new Fire Class A test for our AIKO module, double glass. And then on the certificate side, yeah, these are all the certificates that's available from us. If you require any of these for your projects, just let Mohammed know, and we will provide to you. And this is a third-party test that has done some tests in 2 projects, one in Italy and one in Spain, where they look at the LCOE, the ROI, the IRR for the project on the project level. And what they have found is the AIKO is able to, in this case, in comparison to TopCon, is about 5.6% lower in Italy for the LCOE, and then in Spain it's 6.4% lower. And then on the IRR and ROI, you can also see the results over there, which are generally higher with ICO. And now some case analysis. I think some of you might have seen this. We have now updated it to reflect the full 40 watt for Topcon. So in generally, you can see we are able to produce more than 10% of the electricity when it's installed on the same number of the system, so 12 module. And these benefits comes from, of course, the enhanced performance of 1.9%, and then plus another 5%, the lowest partial shade optimization, and then also with the efficiency another 3.4%. So with these, and then after 30 years, you can see the lifetime as the degradation makes the difference between ICO module and TopCon module higher and higher. You can see for after the lifetime, there's actually a 12% more profit afterwards. And for your customers, maybe easier to understand that the payback period for with ABC module will be 4 months faster. And then with some commercial projects as well, this one is just under 1 megawatt. So the customers generally would see a higher, depending on the location, a higher generation throughout the year, and then same as the residential case, a higher 30-year generation, and so a shorter payback period and a higher IRR in this case. And then on top of that, some of the customers would also look for that micro crack resistant and also the high temperature restriction feature. Yeah, so that is what we have. There's some nice case studies that we have done. But on some of the big ones, on some of the places where we have asked the customer why they have chosen for ICO. So in this case, this is a shopping center in Germany where the customer is the electricity generated is being sold to the tenants within the building. This is also a foam structure rooftop. So the reason why the customer chose ICO is because with more electricity to sell, they gain more. And also for, I think also for the roof, because it's a foam structure, so they are more aware of the fire risk, hence why they have chosen ICO in this case. And then this case is a organic farm in Spain. One of the reasons the customer chose us is because the aesthetic level. They want something pretty on the roof, and then of course ICO is the go-to module because at our full black module, it actually performs. Some of them still perform better than the Topcon modules. So this is the reason why, and also they have a limited roof space. So they have to choose ICO in order to reach the kilowatt generation that they want. And then there's some other modules that the customer has chosen. In this case, the customer simply just want the highest efficiency. And in all of those cases, actually after the financial modeling, we have calculated with the customer, they have found in all of the cases, ICO would provide them a lower LCOE and shorter payback period. That's why it makes sense to go with ICO. So now coming to our Gen 3 technology. So what is new for our Gen 3 technology? Of course, firstly, the efficiency would go from 24% into the 25% level. Bear in mind with ICO at the moment, we are running a promotion on our lower power class modules. And when we say lower power class modules, our floor is 440 watt in comparison to many other lower modules. Yeah, so for us, with the Gen 3 modules, so it would actually go from it will actually go from our current full black. The highest would be 465. It would actually go into 485 watt. at the slightly bigger 1762 in comparison to 1757, so 5 millimeter longer modules. That's how it will do it. We've increased the size of the cells used inside, and there will be for residential Gen 3, they will be coming out in very short amount in Q2. And then for the larger modules, 72 cells, they would come in Q3 next year. So what we have done is that we are overlapping the cells by less than half a millimeter. This would actually make sure that we have a more sun-facing, even more sun-facing surfacing. And also we have put all the string connectors. You have seen the silver bar in the front. Everything is in the back now, like our bus already do. So with our whole module surface, it will be 93.5%. All of them will be solar cells. Yeah, so a look at the efficiency where AIKO has driven the industry. So we go from the PERC plus 5.9% to TopCon, and then AIKO another 5.6%, and then finally into the infinity. With the black frame, we will be able to reach 495 watt under the size of 1.762 times 1.134. So that is in total a 10% increase in comparison to PERC, which is pushing the boundaries for our industry at the moment. Yeah. So that is my presentation. Let's hear some questions. When are you going to supply dew glass modules to Segen? I think we already have some double glass. We already have double glass module. They are just if you're talking about double glass black modules, they are just so very popular. Um, yeah, generally they do get you do have queues, and then if you don't get them early, you just have to wait for the next batch. But we do have constantly products bringing in to our Rotterdam warehouse. If you have such a request, please let Segen know. But yeah, they are Segen is able to order the double glass from us. I think also, this reminds me on the 1.954 module, that 500 and 510, we currently are manufacturing the double glass version for that as well. So it's, but they're in China at the moment, so you need to wait about 3 months for them to reach UK. Yeah. What UK support you have? Well, I'm based in Maidenhead, and Mark is based in Lincoln, and Steve is based in Liverpool. Muhammad is the only one that's based in Germany, but he can travel. Yeah. I think, yeah, waiting for news for him on the UK visa. And then Shona is also based in Manchester. So yeah, these are all the local UK support you could get. You can, yeah, just give a call to any of the BDs or to us. I think for on the service level, we do have a lady dedicated to our region as well, but she is based in China so that she can talk to the factory easier. But if you have any problem, let us know, and we will deal with this internally and get back to you. Are AIKO panels approved for use with GSC in roof? Uh, I believe our modules are actually due to be tested on the 27th of November. So I think before we couldn't get approved because we were all, I think people probably know about this MCS fire certificate thing. So the short answer for that is that no modules are currently approved for MCS fire certificate. So no modules. And then on the GSE side, they didn't let us test until the new standards come in. So we wanted to test it last year, and then we couldn't. But this year they've started because no modules are approved. Yeah, but in short answer is yes, we will be approved by the end of November. Yeah. Do you have an ESG statement? Yes, we do. We actually have something better. We have the whole ESG website. Please have a look at what we have done. We have a ESG report starting from last year, like a whole yearly report. things we have done. We've now recently joined the UN Global Compact, which is the largest organization dedicated for sustainable development. This includes human rights and environmental protection and also sustainable growth, labor policy, everything. So please have a look at our website. We have so many resources that you can download for your customer. Yeah. How does AIKO compare to Maxion IBC cells? I think this is a more technical question. Mohammed, do you want
Yeah,
to
maybe I
take this?
jumped in here.
Yeah, thank you.
So it's both technologies are based on back contact technology, but Maxion has a limitation on the power output. So basically, they just offer the residential panels. The maximum power is up to 440. Also, they use silver. We are silver free. And honestly speaking, we don't see them in the market anymore.
I think maybe the question asked is because there was a lawsuit last year about this, but the Netherlands court has already given a decision to not further this Maxium pursuit. So yeah, if that is the reason why you asked, this is the answer. We have noticed clients look for clear, traceable, ethical manufacturer process. What can you provide us to reassure clients? Again, please refer to our ESG website, which have all the documents that you should need. On top of that, we are actually joining the Solar Stewardship Initiative, which is the first ESG not enforced, kind of supported by the government. Yeah, so we are joining them officially in 2025. Yeah. But for now, we have all the other EcoVadis, SEDEX certificates, which are third-party certified. It was more technical support I was asking. Ah, Shirley. Okay. Yes, I think for technical, it would be Muhammad looking after you guys. But for some general basic questions, you can also ask your BDs. We will relay it to you as well.
Yeah, just feel free to send an email if you're looking for some documents we can share with you. Also, there's a chance to support you on the project level. If you are targeting a certain project, we would like also to give you support there.
There's a question on if the Gen 3 panels are going to be IEC Fire Class A. I think at the moment we are doing is all the double glass are. Yeah, so I think that is probably something that we will be doing for Gen 3 panels. The installation manual states all module frame must be grounded. Okay, Mohammed, this is your question. Yeah, and the grounding wire connected to earth via grounding electrode. This is an unusual requirement in the UK and has an impact on the requirements of other components, including surge protections on both DC and AC side. Most manufacturers make reference to local wiring regulations. What is the thinking behind? And are there any plans to change this?
So normally when it comes to the earthing or bonding topic, it's you need to follow the local standards because they need to earth the entire PV system, not only the panels. The panels, the mounting system, the inverters, all those components should be earthed and connected to the let's say to the earthing rod close by to the house, or on the commercial level also they have such earthing rod going to the ground. So for the panels, let's say, because the panels frame has anodization film. If you don't penetrate and go to the aluminum level, the panel will not be properly bonded and connected to the earthing circuit. The easy way, there's normally a hole, earthing hole. You can just use a 4 millimeter copper cable and you can earth it from that spot. The other way, you can use a mounting system which has a clamps, and those clamps has normally like a pin. So when you torque them, they will scratch and penetrate the anodization film and do the connection. So this is a must in order to have a proper earthing. Yeah, a lot of work, but for safety, I think it's it's worth it.
Yeah, I think there is a regulation and then there's safety. I think that's the recommendation for in-roof system. I know that everybody has mentioned the GSE a lot. I don't think we are in position to recommend the in-roof system. Our module are quite standard size as the other modules. So yeah, generally all the in-roof system should be able to work with AIKO quite well. Yeah, this is probably a recommendation that should come from Segen, not from us. And I think this is probably worth answering. I just installed a 465 watt panel, 23 panels with different orientation and slope. Do I need an optimizer for this site, or is the panel's self-optimization sufficient to do the job? Mohammed?
So let's say if you are able to separate the panels on different MPPs, you don't need optimizers. Let's say if you have orientation A and B, if you can put panels on orientation A to one MPP and the other panels on orientation B to other MPP of the inverter, no need for optimization. But if you are connecting two panels from two different orientations and slopes, the performance of these panels will affect each other. And then in this way, you need an optimizer. And the partial shading optimization we have in our panels, it's on the, let's say on the panel level, but it's not going outside the panel. So you can optimize the panel performance itself as you have seen in the video. But let's say if one panel is shaded, for sure it will affect the other panels connected to that string. So I would say it's a different level of optimization. It's not equivalent to the optimizers, what we have in our panels. That's why we call it partial shading optimization. It's not like full optimization.
Yeah, I think it's a really good question. This is a confusion that we do see with some customers. We do it at cell level. It's not at panel level. Yeah, so if you have something that a panel in the host train that is always shaded, yes, we would reduce the effect of that shade, but that module would pull down the host rate performance. So in that case, still optimizer. I think Segen would be providing a recording on YouTube. Actually, I'm not quite sure the certificates we have for the lightweight. I know we have the MCS. What other certificates that we have?
So let's say all the basic certificates you need for the solar panel, you will have. So the TÜV certificate, the IEC ones as well. So all the required certificates in order to let you able to use this panel in your market. If you are in, if you need a specific certificate, just maybe you can send us an email and we'll try to send it to you.
Are AIKO going to producing supplying their own optimizers? I have no idea at this point. I think our R&D department has always been the most secretive department. Yeah, so have no idea at this point. Um, I think, yeah, the partial shade optimization in more detail. We have a YouTube channel actually. I think there's some theoretical videos that you can probably see over there. Please give us a email and then we'll send you over the more documents on that. Can you create a datasheet that is smaller in size? Your image are oh at so high quality, I can't always email
No,
them
no.
to clients. Okay, I think what we do is that we do have links so the customers can download themselves. I understand it's easier if you download it and send it to your email. What we do is that we shrink that PDF ourselves usually, so that I know some of the utility datasheets are 11 megabyte. I shrink them to about 4 megabyte. Yeah, you can probably just use the PDF shrinker, but if needed, we send us an email. We'll just send it over to you guys. Is AIKO available on Open Solar for design and pricing purposes? I think we are, Mohammed, right?
Yes, you can find them. All our panels are available. Maybe not yet the Gen 3, but Gen 2 is there.
I think that is all of the questions.
A massive thank you to AIKO, and have a fantastic rest of your day, everybody.
Thank you
Best of
very
luck.
much, Imogen. Yeah, thank you, Segen.